So how does Engine's ecosystem look like, and how does it compare to our own architecture that we looked at in the previous section? Well, let's have a look at that. In many ways, Engine is similar, but it alleviates us of some of the burden in this somewhat complex architecture. So let's have a look here at how Engine does this. First of all, let's just write here that the game, the actual building of the game, is it's still completely on us. So this is what we create. We create the game, and this incorporates both the front-end part, meaning the actual app or the website where the game is played, or the console, whatever that can be, and it includes a back-end server if we want that, if we need that in our game. And then what Engine provides to this experience is what they call the trusted cloud, which is a cloud-hosted service that they provide that helps us, is the middleman between us and the blockchain. So this is the Ethereum blockchain, and the Engine Trusted Cloud helps us with all of the transactions that we need to send to the blockchain. And I'll explain that a bit more in a second. The second thing that the Trusted Cloud does is that it interacts with the Engine wallet. So the Engine wallet is what the user uses in order to, for example, approve transactions. So if our user in the game wants to buy an item, for example, then that happens in our game, of course, but then our server or our game will send that transaction. It will send a request to the Trusted Cloud. That Trusted Cloud will create an actual transaction on the Ethereum blockchain and notify our user through the Engine wallet before that transaction actually is sent to the blockchain, so that our user can either accept the transaction or reject the transaction. So every interaction between the Trusted Cloud and the Ethereum blockchain is made through the user's wallet, so that the user is always in control of his or her tokens, his and her private keys. They're always in the Engine wallet, which is on your phone. And then the Trusted Cloud is this middleware that helps us do the calls, do the transactions to the Ethereum blockchain, where we can simply do an easy API request, send a normal request to Engine server, to the Trusted Cloud, and then the Trusted Cloud takes care of all of the rest with the interaction to the Ethereum blockchain. And this is also where we create our game. So the Trusted Cloud will take care of creating our smart contracts, it will take care of creating our tokens, minting our tokens, and so on. And all of that will happen through the Engine wallet, where it gets the approval of the user, because the user always needs to sign transactions. The Trusted Cloud can't sign any transactions for you. So whenever anything happens in the game, where it's a buy item, if it's sell item, or if it is give achievement, it doesn't matter. Everything has to be done through the Engine wallet. If there is something that the actual user, if it is the user that sends a transaction, then it must always be approved through the Engine wallet. The user can receive stuff if I, as the game developer, wants to send my user a token for an achievement, then of course that doesn't have to be approved by the wallet, because it is an incoming transaction, not something that is sent. But as soon as the user wants to spend currency or wants to buy an item, that is done through the Engine wallet as a transaction. But our game never has to think about, our actual server never has to think about how do we do requests to the Ethereum blockchain. We only need to do normal API requests to the Trusted Cloud, and then that takes care of the rest for us. So this is the Engine ecosystem. This is what it looks like. And in many ways, it is similar to what I showed you before, only that the Trusted Cloud is something that we don't control the code of. I hope that you now know how the Engine ecosystem works, what the different components are, and we're going to continue to explore these components in the upcoming videos here. So stay tuned for that, and if you have any questions, leave them in the forum.